Hi, my name is America Abnathy, and today I'm giving an informative speech about single parenting. Families exist to ensure the well-being of their members and society as a whole. A stereotypical family offers structure as well as a sense of safety. However, some families just have one parent, making them a single-parent household. This could be caused by a multitude of things, such as a partner leaving, passing away, divorce, or even being consumed by an overactive job. Today I'll be going over single parenting incomes, single household risks of poverty, and the effects on a child in a single parent household. Now, single parenting incomes, the wage gaps between mothers and fathers, lower wages go to the women of the family, and sometimes they leave no pay when they're having their children. So compared to the fathers, their incomes are, men would be $56,000 and women would be $35,000. With comparecamp.com, single fathers have higher tax-able incomes than mothers, and the numbers are worrying, and the dads have the upper hand. Even in growing economic independence of women, they still earn less than men, and that is all over the place, not with just single mothers, but mothers all over, even in families. Secondly, single households have a risk of poverty. The employment rate and the employment opportunities are decreasing every day. Hours are hard to get. Being a single parent, you don't have the other parent to help with your children. It's hard to send them off to school and picking them up on time when you yourself have to work. But sometimes work is not an option, and you have to use grandparents, which giving them the responsibility of your children, sometimes it's a guilt. The lack of education and the poor use of resources as well could be a factor for families. A lack of education could give you less opportunities for jobs. You don't know as much as a person with a college degree, or you dropped out of high school for your children. It's a lot harder for you to get a job because you don't have the qualifications. And the poor use of resources, as in not being able to spend money on food, but you have to spend money for your car, or you have to spend money for your house to keep your house. It's just, you don't have to you're spending money on your kids as well, and things for them to wear in the cold and the summer, and it's just not as much money for them and for you. According to Zuckerman, 32.6% of single moms are in poverty in comparison to 7.4% of fathers. So it's just that the comparison of mothers and fathers is just the fathers have more of an upper hand with job opportunities, and just being able to go out and get a job is a lot more easy for them. Also, with the incomes and the risk of poverty, the most important thing, the effects on the child. They could have poor behavior arising, and feelings of abandonment, and the difficulty of socializing. Having a single parent myself, socializing was such a hard thing to do, because you watched your parents and how they were going through all these stressors, and they come upon you as well, not just your family, but your kids. Your kids start to see you going through stress, and they carry that stress onto themselves, which causes poor behavior and lower grades and just all of it. The feelings of abandonment, because the parents are away and they're not showing the children as much as of affection and attention that children require at a young age, so they can bring that to their children. But having to go out and get jobs and not being able to be with your kids because you don't have that other parent, it's just you, and you're going out and getting a job, and your kids aren't seeing you as much, even though it's just you. They might see their grandparents more than you. And it's 4.62% of children with families that are a lot more sociable to the 3.92% of children that are less sociable. To conclude what I was talking to you about, being a parent does not always hurt your child's chances of a normal life. The challenges of income, risk of poverty, and the effects of your child in later life are life lessons that will shape those families. All of these things that your children have to go through with you being away or it just being you shows them how they can independently be in their adulthood. These are learning blocks that should push you forward. Being in poverty and having these income problems should push you to keep getting up in your job and seeing your kids more and being for your kids more. The biggest thing is being optimistic. Thank you so much for listening to my speech.